speak a little bit more about the role of technology in microfinance and how you think that, more specifically, mobile and web technologies are going to impact microfinance going into the future?
Well, I think there are two broad categories. One of which is I think that technologies have a potential to be what I call a business in a box for the poor. We've experimented with two things so far. One is a kind of we call a village computing center, where we set up a borrower about $1,000 to have two computer terminals, a printer, and to basically be like a mini Kinko's. That worked pretty well, but it would the whole financial model to scale it, we never could quite figure out in that form. So we've done a few pilots, modestly successful. What has worked better, and we're going to try to build on, is a mobile phone, which ultimately, again, the mobile phone is just ultimately you'll be able to connect computers into that or whatever you want. That becomes the nodal point to connect to the world. Is we find, first of all, just people want to make phone calls, figure out how to do their business more efficiently. They want to know whether to sell their produce in Nairobi or some other town. Well, in the past you needed to send someone there. Now you call. So this can bring new efficiencies to business and many other things. But the potential, when you have the phone, this business in a technology business in a box, brings in all sorts of things related to telemedicine, distance learning, that are not fully explored, and where you have illiteracy, if you can get the voice recognition technology in many languages down. This opens up all sorts of doors that distance and language today close. And so we're making an investment in trying to set up borrowers with mobile phones, which then on that platform you can build many other things which still need to be developed. The other big application of technology is to help the MFIs track their loans and transfer money much more efficiently than is being done now. Tracking the loans, the software that's been developed for the microfinance industry across the board is not very good. Mm-hmm. Even if it's working, it's not scalable. So we're developing an open source solution, which is really a platform with common data standards that will can be customized and will be a breakthrough in the market. We call that Project Mythos. And we're extremely excited about it. We're now doing beta testing in Tunisia and in India. So that's one area. The other area is about the technology developed in the Philippines to transfer money from cell phone to cell phone using the text messaging technology. And if you can do that, imagine where you could reduce the number of contacts between the bank and a woman on a remote island in the Philippines from once a week to twice a month. But still the money can be paid on time through her phone. Also imagine that a loan officer doesn't need to receive cash and then carry that and potentially be mugged on the way home, but all he does is he observes a woman sending it from her mobile phone, or his mobile phone potentially, to an account in the bank. And so it becomes cashless and riskless. And so these are a couple of the ways we see technology transforming microfinance like it transformed all of our lives in the last 10 or 15 years.